welcome to another interview here on Vicious VOX. This time we are here with Calin Paraschiv, vocalist of Analepsy, Clitgore and Necrovile. Hello Calin, welcome to the channel. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much.
Hello David, it's a pleasure to be here as well, man. Good to see you, and thank you so much for inviting me.
Man, the pleasure is mine. Alright, let's go ahead with it. When did you start doing extreme vocals, man? What inspired you to do it?
Well, the inspiration was definitely there, since as a fan, of course, as fans, we are listening to and trying to copy the bands we're listening to, but my main goal in the beginning wasn't to be a vocalist. I mean, I was playing guitar and totally fine with that. Didn't want to fit in the vocalist spot, but at one point, like 15 years ago, we had a show with Necrovile, and the vocalist couldn't make it to the show, so it was either canceling or trying to go with it with me as vocals, so on vocals, and we did it. It was the first time for me playing gutturals. From that point, I mean, of course, in the beginning it was more easier, more natural, I might say, for me to use the false chords technique. I don't know, it seemed to me more appropriate, or maybe more easy to do. That's what I was doing from that moment onwards, up until 3 years ago, when I met Marco, and he told me, okay, that probably is another question of yours. So I started doing vocals just by, let's say, accident.
All right. So
okay.
I think that happens to a lot of people. Like, I had an interview with Lucas, and he always also said he wanted to be a drummer. You were a guitarist, and there was a necessity for vocals. So you had to kind of improvise and then make it a craft of yours.
Yes, replace it, and replace the vocalist. And then when he decided that he couldn't come anymore to the band, which was a pity, of course, but we had to move on, and okay.
Well,
there you go.
It seems you've been doing well, man.
Thank you.
You've been doing vocals on 3 bands, man. That's amazing. Can you about that? Can you describe how it was your training process to develop your techniques and your style?
Yep. So as I mentioned before, I started with false chords. I don't know, seemed more easier to do or something like that.
Yeah.
They just came out more naturally, I guess. But then, okay, I went on with that technique, with a false chord technique, for quite a while. I mean, up until 3 years ago, I guess it was, when I joined Analepsy. I mean, we were talking and everything, so preparing. All right, so Marco told me, well, we have a bit of an issue here, because the vocals for Analepsy are supposed to be different than the ones you are doing live for the bands I was playing, and I'm still playing with, Necrovile and Clitgore. So at that point I realized I needed to drastically change the technique, and from false chords to move to fry scream, to low fry gutturals, which is, as you know, a totally different approach.
Yeah.
Different mechanisms, and everything is okay. So since then I practiced and still practicing, and will practice.
That's the secret for everything. Constant practice, man. That's the way you do it. Yeah, but it's interesting. Like you've started with false chords. I think everyone starts with that. It's the most commonly used technique, I think, it's one of the most versatile ones. But then transitioning into fries, and they have like the advantage of high, very long durations, but then you have the drawback of very low projection. So how did you deal with that?
Well, since I'm also playing guitar,
Yeah.
I lose the advantage of cupping the mic, which would have given me a bit of or more decibels.
Mm-hmm.
You know a lot better than I do because you are performing gutturals,
Yeah.
very good gutturals,
Oh,
I
thank
might
you.
add
Thank you.
as
Thank you so
well.
much.
So the thing is that without the advantage, of course, if you're meeting corpse grinder, be careful.
Yeah.
He might decapitate you just because of cupping the mic. All right, but well, I think it's all about projecting the sound and trying to find a way to cup the mic inside your skull,
All right.
Try to resonate,
Mm-hmm.
to make it resonate in order to achieve that desired sound. I guess
Yeah.
that's about it.
So, what do you do to maintain your vocal cords healthy? Because, as everyone knows, it's very easy to damage them and to lose your voice. So, what do you do to keep it healthy?
Well, I wasn't really concerned um, about the health of the vocal cords. Of course, I mean, are you referring to touring? Probably.
Everything,
Touring.
touring, being on studio.
Yes. Okay. Being in the studio, I think it's rather safe because
All right.
you are pretty much in a safe environment and you can take care of all the things regarding health and everything. But
Yeah.
being on tour is a bit, can we say,
It's all right. Use your
it's
words.
a bit fucked up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there are so many factors and so many things that could go wrong. Starting with, I don't know, the weather. For example, like
Yeah.
I was playing back in the days a while with Necrovile. I had a show after it was winter. We took the gear out. Everything was cool. The next day, when we were supposed to play, I couldn't say a word. So
Shit.
probably things. As a vocalist, you should definitely take care of those things and see how your body reacts to, first of all, to cold, I guess. But there are many other aspects I take into consideration. For example, I try to isolate before the show as much as possible. Of course, I'm not running away from fans by no means, but at least like 2 hours before the show, I don't want to, talk to. Maybe I meet somebody that wants to have a philosophical discussion about the origins of the universe on top of the band playing before us, and competing with a PA. I don't think that's a good idea for a vocalist. By the time you hit the stage, you'll be totally thrown away. So there are definitely some things that I take into consideration. I mean, hydrating should be among the ones, the most important ones. I'm not drinking alcohol before the show, and that's a rule of thumb for me. After the show, that's a different thing.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yes, but before the show or during the show, stay away, and that's something that I always took care of.
Yeah.
All right. So trying to stay hydrated, and that's just about it.
Yeah, that's.
Of course, warming up before the gig is also important, I think, and not going just hitting the stage without doing the warms up. Okay.
Right. So as you were saying before, you almost like 1 to 2 hours before the show, you try to stay away from people. So is that part of your preparation? Like, what do you do to prepare yourself for a performance? Is that part of it? Apart from just vocally warming up, I mean, like mentally, yeah.
There is definitely a mindset. I mean, isolation is pretty much the key. One of the most important aspects, as I said, before the show and in life as well. I don't know. Okay, let's not get there. It's so the mindset. The mindset is definitely what could make a difference. It's the opposite of what's going on the stage during the set. I mean, all the aggressiveness, all the power you need to deliver to the crowd is totally in opposition with the calmness and, I don't know, the meditation state that you're in, let's say, starting 2 hours before hitting the stage. That mindset is, I mean, plays an important role.
Yeah, I understand, and I've been recently also working on that, trying to improve my performances by trying to work on my mindset, and because I've seen results from my last show. So yeah, mindset is really important. Yeah.
Yep, being calm and focused. That's what defines my mindset before the show, definitely.
So, can you tell us a bit of how you learn to do vocals at the same time as you do guitar? Like, vocals, in by itself is not an easy task, and guitar is also a really difficult thing to do. So, doing both, how do you cope with that?
I don't seem to. I mean, I don't think I have a problem with that. Probably. I mean, most surely comes from the musical training. I've been playing piano from like 5 years of age or something like this, and guitar, and I've been in the music environment permanently and able to deal with multiple voices at the same time.
All right.
So I can surely playing piano and learning how to play piano, studying piano for like 8, 9, 10 years, played an important role.
Okay.
If I were to recommend somebody, I couldn't recommend studying piano enough, because it gives you an overall view over the score, first of all, and over the at least 4 voices going on at the same time. You need to pay attention to at least 4 voices, so I don't think, I mean, Marco at one point during the recordings of Analepsy latest record, he asked me, man, are you going to be able to play this on the guitar and at the same time sing this? Okay, let's see. I hope.
Well, it's good to have a challenge. It's good to motivate you to improve.
Yes, yeah, and definitely. I mean, most of the times the vocals are different than the guitar line, except for the slammy parts where everybody needs to be on the grid. Yes.
So yeah, that's impressive that you are able to do both things, man. Really impressive. Props to you, man.
Cool. Thanks. Cheers.
Here's a controversial question to start the discussion on the comment section.
Yes.
What's your take on cupping the mic? What's your opinion about it?
If you can do it, do it. And if it gets results, the desired results for you, I've got no problem with people that are using this technique. I cannot use it because I have to play guitar.
Yeah.
And that's just about it. Otherwise, learn how to do it properly. Learn how to do it without feedbacking in the monitors.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to do it without feedbacking in the monitors, so because I never needed it like that. And I think it's definitely great. As I said before, don't say anything about this to Corpse Grinder in case we will ever meet.
So
Okay.
Corpse Grinder is really against it, isn't it?
Yes, you probably know his take on the matter, don't you?
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Yes. Well, in the end, I think it's a bit of a joke anyway for everybody. But the most important thing should be that he's using a different vocal technique. I don't think false chord singers or vocalists are cupping the mic, or I don't think they need to cup the mic because you get a hell of a lot volume from false chord technique. You know, I'm more inclined to say that the fry screams need a bit of cupping. You know, because of the projection and because of the lack of the volume, especially because of the lack of volume.
I think
the fry screams.
Exactly. I think either fries or inhales maybe. I think on both cupping can really be a help. But I think on false chords, it's if people do it on false chords, it's more for aesthetic than anything else, because you already have enough projection. Only if you do it, it's just for aesthetics, but because it's not gonna give you much of an help, you already have enough.
That's true.
So
that's true.
I understand. So, do you have a favorite song to perform live on either bands? What's your favorite song and why is it special for you to perform live?
Well, with Analepsy, I think Fractured Continuum could be one of the strongest for me. Of course, there are. I mean, Apocalyptic definitely is. I mean, you can see the whole room headbanging.
Yeah, that's
on
amazing.
The opening riffs, but for me, I think Fractured has a bit of everything I want to hear in a slammy tech song, slammy brutal, let's say, slam brutal death. I mean, it's got groove, it's got balance, a bit of technicality, more groove, a little bit more balance, and groove. Did I mention groove? Okay, right. So it's a slammy, it's a pretty slammy song. So props to Tiago, the drummer, who posed the song.
Oh yeah, I think every single song. Well, I cannot give you an opinion because I'm a big Analepsy fan, so my opinion is very biased. So, but
which one is for yours? Me, man. Which one works for you the best, or would work for you the best?
For me, as
witnesses,
as experiencing it, not playing it, but as experiencing the song, what I feel the most fun either is Locus of Toning, Apocalyptic, or Genetic. Those three are for me like the trinity of Analepsy songs. Either to listen to them at home or at shows. They have so much power. Yeah, for me, one of those three.
Awesome.
Can you tell us a bit more about the challenges you faced as a vocalist and what you did to overcome them?
Well, I should stick to the fry scream. I mean low guttural fry scream technique. When speaking about challenges, and the first issue was that I couldn't find any useful information, let's say, regarding the sound, the producing of the sound itself. Everybody was talking about how to breathe through your diaphragm, about projection, about, I don't know, hydrating, not talking before shows, whatever, drinking tea, and but nobody was actually telling, at least I couldn't find any valuable information on how to produce the sounds, and I had some real issues with that because I'm teaching classical guitar. That's my job. Okay, in high school. Okay, so if I have a new student, and I need to explain to him or to her how to achieve, let's say, F sharp note on the first string. Okay, so you take the, let's say, second finger, place it on the first string, the second fret, push it with a certain intensity, then on with the right hand, blah blah, hit the string, there you go, you get the sound. You know, from that moment on, it's just a matter of adjusting intensities and positions and everything. But a bit of help came from my vocal coaches in the music academy. Although it was, I mean, we didn't study growls there, of course, but it came really helpful applying those at least breathing techniques. You know, breathing through using the diaphragm. And, those were definitely helpful. From that moment, I just tried to see how I could replicate some of my, let's say, favorite vocalists, and trying to move from that point, trying to increase volume, trying to project, and in the end trying to achieve the desired result, the desired growl I was searching for.
All right. Yeah. Well, at least the foundation of clean singing is the same as in extreme vocals. So
Yeah,
obviously
definitely.
it's helpful, and I think every vocalist, if they want to do extreme vocals, they should really study also clean singing, because it's a really big help. And I understand you by having difficulty on the internet finding information about very specific things that you are just missing to hit that sound. I've had that trouble. When I've been recently, I've been really working on my more low gutturals, more disgusting, like kind of slammy gutturals. Yeah, I've been working on those, and I've had a lot of trouble finding useful information, because it's everything sounds the same, but nothing it's the specific point that I'm trying to get. And I feel that's the lack of information I find about extreme vocals.
Exactly.
And that's the thing I think is lacking around. Yeah. So I understand that you had the trouble learning the phrase.
Nobody's pinpointing exactly that thing that makes you.
Yeah. I think we are lacking a proper teacher around.
Well, I think I don't know if you know Melissa Cross. You probably do.
I know. Yeah, she's a good teacher. Yeah.
She's a proper teacher, but still, I mean, everything she teaches in her DVDs, I can apply. I mean, from breathing technique, warming up, I don't know, posture. Everything she says makes sense, but still, when I first saw the videos and I was looking for that start, that you know, I couldn't make I mean anything out of it. I understood everything that she said, but still I was lacking the ignition.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can go for months without making a decent sound, and then all of a sudden you find it, and then from then on you just develop so much faster, man. It's the problem of the vocalist. You suffer for a long time without doing anything good, and then all of a sudden, holy shit, I can do it now. Yeah.
You suffer, but why?
Yeah.
As Napalm that would put it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, can you tell us what are your main influences in music, and how did they influence you vocally as a vocalist?
In music or as a vocalist, you mean?
Yeah, musical influences,
okay.
Vocally, yeah.
Yes, okay. So probably one of the most influential for me would be John Gallagher, Dying Fetus. I mean, vocally and also as a posture, you know.
Oh yeah. He basically does the same thing as you do, playing.
His presence on stage I mean, it's
Yeah, it's amazing.
it's definitely, and his vocal approach, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's everything everything that should be there. It's
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Also, I don't know. Definitely Eric Lindmark from Flash.
Okay.
The previous, I mean, um, also like a huge vocalist for me in this subgenre. I'm somehow, I mean, I know why I have this um, urge to I don't know, to appreciate maybe the vocalists that are also playing guitar, you know.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against you know, uh, vocalists without any instruments,
Yeah.
but I'm more I, I lean towards liking more, you know, that posture.
Yeah, it's understandable because it's what
Yes.
you do. It's what you do.
It's what I do, and also I don't know. I grew up, let's say, 30 years ago with Metallica and
No.
Hetfield on stage with a guitar.
Yeah.
That's it. If I would have been a Guns N' Roses fan, maybe, yeah. But also speaking about bands that have non instrument vocalist, I need to mention Disavowed and Robbie K, the vocalist of Disavowed, which is fucking amazing. I mean, he's got a range and some vocal capabilities that are not from this world. He's definitely one of my favorites when it comes to. So, I guess, yeah, maybe Pioneer. I would, but it's from that point. I think it's pretty much the same that Gallagher, Lindmark, Robbie K are doing.
All right. Yeah, I also inspired a lot in Gallagher. Actually, I've released a cover of Dying Fetus recently.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
It's
Amazing.
It's been one of my main influences in developing that guttural, slammy vocal,
Yep.
low vocal. Yeah.
Yep, he is there. He's
Exactly.
what it should be.
Can you tell us a
Congrats.
bit? What?
Congrats on that one.
Oh, thank you.
Dying
Thank you so
Fetus
much.
Cover. Very nice. I totally enjoyed it.
I'm still learning. I know I can do better, but yeah, that was like my kickstart for this channel.
Very nice.
Thank you. Can you tell us a bit of the future of your bands? Do you have concerts in the future or albums? Not just Analepsy, Clitgore, Necrovile. Tell us a bit more.
Well, with Necrovile, we have a new album from. I mean, it was composed in. Not composed. It was finished in 2017, but then Septimio, the drummer from Necrovile, recorded with Pestilence, and then I joined Pestilence as well. We toured like for 2 years like crazy. Then the bass player from Necrovile joined Pestilence as well. I mean, at one point we were 3 members of Necrovile. I mean, the whole Necrovile band in Pestilence. So that drew us back a bit from releasing the album. But then the pandemic came, and I don't know. We are still at the point of recording stuff, and hopefully this year it will happen. We will record it, because in the meantime we have material for another album, and damn it, we didn't release the other one. As in for Clitgore, things are pretty much okay. We have shows, and with Clitgore things are simple. It's all about fun. I mean, nothing more. We don't have any plans. We'll see. If an album would come out, it would be like on the spot. The previous one, I think I composed it in like 1 week or something.
Damn.
Without, I mean, yeah, it's nothing. Actually, it's not. Okay, as if we're talking about analepsy, things are more serious because there are definitely some things going on. Unfortunately, I cannot spoil anything, and I will let the viewers check out the official channels. And
yeah, I will leave the links down below, so people will go and check it out.
Things are definitely happening. I mean, we are having some festivals confirmed. In a couple of weeks, we're going to Steinbock That Fest in Switzerland, a new one, which I think is gonna be great. And then we have in the autumn, and I should stop talking because, as I said, I cannot divulge anything.
People will have to keep attention on the social media. Yeah.
Perfect.
So, last question: do you have any advice for people that are starting to do extreme vocals and want to develop?
Well, one of the advices I found online, and I think it works. I mean, it's totally true. If it hurts, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
That's one of them. Okay, maybe this isn't the first. The first should be practice, and practice more. That, I mean, somebody in the classical music said, if you have practiced for 10,000 hours, then you can expect some results out of it, you know. So imagine 10,000 hours is definitely something. So take your time, practice, find a place where you can do it, and be confident in yourself. That's another one. In the beginning, of course, you try to replicate your favorite vocalists. Try to sing as they sing, play along on your favorite songs, and see how you I mean, what's happening, where do you get.
Okay, so that's the thing, the basics. Practice a lot and be careful if it hurts. So that's the basics. Exactly.
Of course, follow all the other advice you can find. I mean, breathe through the diaphragm. That's one of those, and stay hydrated, of course.
Yeah, it's important.
Not with alcohol, as I would
not recommend.
Not at all. I mean, it totally dehydrates you, and you can only tell the next day. A bit too late. Yep.
Well, man, Calin, thank you so much for taking the time and being here. Wish you the best of luck in the future with all the bands. It's amazing what you've been doing. We have more content in the future, so stay tuned, everyone. Down there in the description, as I said, I'll leave the links for all the bands that Calin plays in and for Calin himself. And I'll leave you with a small sample at the end of the video of what Calin does with these bands live. So bye, Calin. Till the next time.
Many thanks for the invitation. Take care. So it's been a pleasure. See you on stage, and
see you too, man.
Good luck to everybody. Cheers.
Bye.